Fortnite has become a tradition on the Battle Royale island, and year after year, Epic always finds a way to crank it up a notch and bring it to a completely new level. And yeah, we're probably just gonna ignore the shadows from last year though, but compare Fortnite in 2017, which only had a couple skins and a pumpkin launcher, to what we are expecting this year. New skins, weapons, items, and a lot more to look forward to. But first, let's show you what might just be returning this year. And so as you probably already know, Fortnite was actually the first ever seasonal event of Battle Royale, so every year it's held a pretty special place in our hearts. In 2017, a month after BR first came out, Fortnite released, and at the time, it was pretty simple. Epic dropped two of the most iconic skins of all time, Skull Trooper and Gold Trooper, and added slurp juices into the game. And they even went further and added a new skin for the rocket launcher, which made it shoot explosive pumpkins. And that was about it. When 2018 came around, Epic decided that they wanted to do more than just add some cool cosmetics. They went all out, covering the entire map with cube monsters and adding new weapons like the 6-shooter and the Fiend Hunter crossbow. There were also challenges in the Deadfire skin, and at the time, everyone thought this was insane. But that's when 2019 came around and somehow made things even crazier. The cube monsters returned once again, but this time with a twist. A new Storm King LTM was added where you could actually fight the Storm King in order to earn cosmetics and rewards. We also got a ton of Halloween-themed skins, and this was the first Fortnite of Chapter 2. But of course, then we had last year's Halloween update. It was called Midas's Revenge. It took us all by complete surprise. Suddenly, there was a Shadow Midas boss in the middle of the BR map, and whenever we died, we literally got brought back to life as phantoms. I mean, it went from Battle Royale to Team Deathmatch pretty quick. And so that leaves the question, what is going to happen this year? Epic seemed to try and one up themselves every single year. With Season 8 being cube themed, it's not like they're just going to do cube monsters again. We already have the sideways, so they will have to be creative about it. And luckily, we know a lot more about Fortnite 2021 than we originally thought. Thanks to leaks, teases, and past events, we have a pretty definitive idea of a lot of things that will happen in just a couple weeks from now. And I can't believe it, but we actually got a sponsor. Thank you to Raid Shadow Legends. Explore millions of champion combinations and master countless tactics as you take on raid bosses, dungeon runs, campaign battles, and PvP arena matches. With over 600 champions with unique skills, you can build your team, develop your champions, and raid your way. And I know you've all seen Raid Shadow Legends ads before because they support a ton of other creators, but this month they've actually added the new Doom Tower update. There are two huge new bosses to take on, Astranax the Dark Fae and Bombo the Dreadhorn, along with something I love, which is a new special event this month, Super Raids. Super Raids let you double up your rewards from hitting dungeons and massively speed up your progress, which is amazing for new players. And so click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. New players will get an epic hero Shinaru, 200,000 silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and an ancient shard so you can summon an awesome champion as soon as you get in game. And if you haven't checked out Raid yet, new players can find their extra rewards right here in the inbox, but it's only for the next 30 days only, so do it soon. And so thanks again to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. As always, these sponsors help us make videos like this one, so let's get back into it. Alrighty, and now it's time for everything we know about Fortnite. So just like Fortnite 2018, Epic is planning on working the whole cube storyline into Halloween this year, and it all starts with exactly what's going on with the Fortnite Island right now. Now, if you haven't been paying much attention to the map, basically, the Golden Cube, aka the Queen, actually started moving a couple weeks ago, and so has every other cube on the island. And then the Queen went around and actually began zapping the others in order to spawn in baby cubes, and she's been doing this for a while. Let me tell you, a lot of babies have been created from it, but from leakers, we've eventually figured out that the paths of all of these cubes are leading straight to the center of the map. And that is where Fortnite comes into all of this. Eventually, when these cubes all reach their destination, the Queen is going to use the power to join them all together and make a huge new POI called Cube Town. At least that's what it's called right now. And there's a ton of leaked gameplay of Cube Town already out there, and the timeline of everything seems to line up perfectly with the start of Fortnite. So expect the middle of the map to bring some spookiness to the island later this month. And as for gameplay changes, the last time we had Fortnite LTM, it was us against the Storm King. But it turns out for Halloween this year, Epic has something completely else in mind. It's going to be an updated version of the Horde Rush LTM, and it sounds like it's going to be absolutely incredible. According to leakers, this updated mode is going to give us new kinds of chests, abilities, different types of zombies, and a lot more. The new chest will be called an Obelisk chest and will apparently have some very powerful weapons for us. We'll also get some new items that will temporarily make us invisible to the zombies, which sounds pretty cool, but there will also be the return of candy buckets, and the entire map will be covered in a creepy fog. But come on, Fortnite, it's already foggy enough. But I am excited to see what that looks like for sure. And by far, the most anticipated thing about this new Horde Rush mode will be the final boss. This year, Epic is going all out, and you've probably already seen this boss in the Season 8 trailer. Now, originally, everyone thought this guy looked like Siren Head, you know, the weird tall creepy pasta? But it turns out that he will be a sideways monster known only as the Caretaker, which is a really creepy name. The Caretaker will be the final boss of Horde Rush, so killing him will obviously be the aim of the mode, but he will also be added to Battle Royale during Fortnitemares, and there'll be 3 Caretakers around the map per match. Hopefully he's not that tough to beat, but I bet he is terrifying to come across nevertheless. And if you do manage to take him out, it'll be really worth it. He'll drop heals and one or multiple mythic weapons. But one of the coolest reasons to take him out will be that he drops new guns that aren't even out yet. And so all of that brings us to one of the most exciting part of Fortnitemares. This year we'll be getting a ton of new weapons and items exclusive to the Halloween season, and it starts with the return of the Fiend Hunter crossbow. This is released every year and it won't be any different in 2021. Well, actually kind of will be a little bit, because not only will the crossbow return, but it will have another version known as the Dual Fiend Hunters, and unsurprisingly, these will obviously be dual mini versions of the crossbows, and they look super fun to use. And what's crazy is you can even spot them in Season 8's trailer, and you won't even have to wait until Fortnitemares begins to use these guys, because they are apparently gonna drop next week on Tuesday. They'll appear in floor loot, supply drops, sideways chests, and the upcoming Caretaker Fortnitemares boss will also drop them. And it turns out he's also gonna drop some other upcoming weapons. Yeah, there's an upcoming sideways mythic known as the Scythe, and it looks like it'll work similar to the Infinity Blade, but hopefully less OP, obviously. You'll be able to pick this up during Fortnitemares, along with a new sideways shotgun that sounds a little interesting to say the least. There's also gonna be a new AR and SMG added to Season 8 in the very near future known as the combat weapons. You probably spotted them in the trailer as well, and they look really fun to use, so I expect to see these guys either during or just after Fortnitemares. And if we're going off tradition, then Fortnitemares will probably also bring us the return of the Pumpkin Launcher, all new challenges and rewards, and we might even see the Witch's Broom vehicle coming back. But one of the most important things about Fortnitemares has always been the skins. It's by far one of the most exciting parts about it, and every year Epic release cooler and cooler Halloween skins, which is why we have a treasure trove of leaked skins that'll be coming this year. You just have to see what Epic has in store. Let me tell you, there's some crazy surprises in this list. For starters, this week gave us a leak of 4 upcoming Halloween skins, including Colonel Scream Leader, who is like an awesome Frankenstein outfit. And to give evidence behind this year's Fortnitemares being Cube Queen themed, we also have an upcoming skin named Geometric, and he looks pretty slick. Then we have Lone, which is like a goth, a werewolf, and Skeletra, who is literally a Renegade Raider school trooper, so I can't wait to cop her in the shop. Obviously, use code T5G if you buy it, but by far the coolest and creepiest Fortnitemares skins are yet to come, and while those guys were leaked in-game, there's something else that nobody is talking about. Recently, Epic Games released a secret survey to Fortnite players about their opinions on upcoming skins. In this survey, a ton of outfits were leaked, like Joy, Summer Sky, even Geometric, so it's safe to say that most of these skins are probably gonna release. So let's quickly break down all of the Fortnitemares survey skins that probably will drop soon. We have to start with this decaying fish stick. I mean, I think this is the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. I didn't think I'd have nightmares about fish stick of all things, but I guess here we are. And the themes get even cooler because you can see a vampire version of Drift in this survey, and that just looks absolutely insane. If this guy releases this year, a lot of people are gonna love it, but there are also some other amazing designs too, like this guy who has as much teeth as he does drip. And of course, we can't forget about this evil like Sphinx skin either. And we thought that was it, but just last week, a new survey dropped and revealed 4 more Fortnitemares skins, which we are almost certain are gonna come out this year. We have an evil Peely, which is awesome, a mummy, and then this guy who looks like he's straight out of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I mean, I love it. But by far my favorite is the upcoming clown skin. I mean, I knew third-partiers would get an Icon series someday, but I think the skin that everyone is looking forward to the most is the Secret Queen skin for the season. And she is a huge part of the reason why we think that Cube Town will be dropping during Fortnitemares. Now, if you pay attention to when the secret skin drops, she actually releases in the middle of Fortnitemares, aka October 28th. Now, if we go off of past years, Fortnitemares has always released on Tuesday or Wednesday of the last week of October, and this year that date falls on October 26th. So, if Fortnitemares begins 2 days before the Secret Queen skin drops, of course it's also gonna bring Cube Town. I mean, guys, we should have listened to Donald Mustard from the start, because yes, everything is connected. And so with the Queen on the horizon, the cubes multiplying, and the Caretaker about to arrive, it seems like absolutely everything is building up to Fortnitemares, aka the climax of the season. But that is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Halloween this year, because here's everything else we know. It turns out Fortnitemares may also be giving us a completely new way to move around the island. In the last few updates, leakers have discovered that Epic is working on a new mobility feature called sliding. And recently, we even got animations leaked for it, which show that we'll be able to slide around on our knees and still shoot. You have to admit, this is going to change the way people play Fortnite forever. But there are 2 possibilities, so we'll run through them. It's very possible that this feature may come to Fortnite with the huge Fortnitemares patch, or it's possible that it could actually just be for the event. Might be part of an LTM or just a time feature that will leave once Fortnitemares ends. And speaking of upcoming upcoming features, we're all still waiting on Naruto to release, and the last time we heard of him, Epic are still preparing to drop him and aren't ready to do so yet. But he is still rumored for Season 8, and what better time to drop a crossover than right after Fortnite. So, will we see Naruto in the game in a few weeks? Fingers are crossed. And so now it all comes down to two final questions. Will Fortnite give us a live event, and will we see the return of Shadow Midas? We never got him as a skin, so maybe this year we'll be able to equip him. I mean, it's probably unlikely, but there's always a chance. And as for the live event, well, that's a big question for sure. We've never had a Fortnite live event, so if Epic are planning on going big this year, maybe this is their chance to show everyone what they got. In all likelihood, the live event will actually mostly be the cubes heading to the center of the map and then forming Cube Town right in front of us, which does sound pretty awesome. But that is everything you need to know about Fortnite and what is right around the corner. We are just 3 weeks away, so save up your V-Bucks because I absolutely need that Skull Trooper Renegade Raider. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.